Cue me in. I hear it. Why'd you lower that? I hear it. There we go. I'll just stop singing.
But you can keep on singing. It's becoming your thing. It's really becoming your thing.
This intro just makes me so happy.
I'm happy it makes you happy.
Really,
that's the most important thing, that you're happy.
Pumped up!
On that note, welcome everybody. Welcome to Romantic Roommates. Romantic Roommates. Welcome everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in.
Yeah, welcome home.
Might as well. Welcome home. You live here. You know, I won't mind if you pay a little rent from time to time, but you know, you live here, so.
The first of the month, everyone.
Is it the first of the month?
We pay rent on the first of the month.
Yes, we do. We do. Every first
Anyway, hi everyone. Welcome back to Romantic Roommates.
Yes, welcome back with your two hosts, Tramaine and Corin.
We really never say our names in the beginning.
I know, we don't.
Always forget.
Always for shit. Yeah. Backtrack. Your two hosts of Romantic Roommates, if that makes it better. I don't wanna switch up on guys, on people,
yeah.
You know. I don't want to make them think
I'll always sound silly in the beginning, so that won't be switching up on anyone.
Yeah, that's you.
Did I use that right?
No, you use that right for once. But that's just you know? That is just
we record
you.
these late at night, so it's like after the work week or after lesson planning. Excuse me, I'm like deliriously happy. It's prime time, baby.
All right.
Woo!
Yes.
How was your week this week?
My week it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that great, you know, but it was all right. It's in the middle. That's what all right would be, right? Like okay would be, you know, in the middle. It's not.
You're feeling green if it was on the first grade color scale. You're not feeling yellow, which is excited. You're not feeling like blue, which is sad. You're feeling like green. You're feeling okay.
This sounds like a movie plot. It sounds like a movie. Are you trying to indicate something?
No, I'm just saying how you're feeling color-wise.
Okay, because it sounds like a movie to me.
No.
How was your week? Let's talk about that.
My week was good. We're in it. We are in it. We are back with it in my job. I'm loving it. I'm doing my thing. I'm riding. I don't know. I'm just tired. I didn't even know how to finish that sentence.
I see.
I am just exhausted, but I'm happy. I'm happy exhausted.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Sounds good.
You know,
right.
I don't want to. I always it's so funny because this morning at work, they were like, what's a one-word check-in? And I wanted to put exhausted, but I don't want to be, like, negative because when you hear exhausted, people are like, oh, I'm so exhausted. Like, you can be exhausted and happy. You don't have to be exhausted and miserable. Like, I'm exhausted.
Okay.
But I'm happy.
All right.
You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your excitement can exhaust you. That's me all the time.
Well, your excitement could give you energy.
Yeah. No, I'm like a toddler. I get, like, really excited, and I put out extra energy, and then I exhaust myself.
If y'all could really see my face, you could.
Because a lot of people in my life would agree with that.
I could agree with that. But
actually, I know I said that I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to say something.
Okay.
One thing this week that I need to say it because this is what the podcast is about.
Look, the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
The Gabby Petito case. Horrific. Horrible. I don't want to say I invested in true crime. But then I realized, like, I end up knowing someone who that's her cousin. So that's someone's real life. So that is horrific and horrible. And it's a crazy story and the news coverage. But then I realized this week, like, I got woken up to, like, a really big topic that I hear a lot, but I guess I paid more attention, did more research. Not that Gabby's case shouldn't have been covered, but we should also pay attention to, like, other people's cases who should be covered as well. Like,
right.
No, the crazy thing is, like, in my own reflection, I know Gabby Petito, I know her first name and her last name, but I don't know the young man who, because of people being like, well, what about him? They found him today. And I don't know his name because the news has only half covered it because people are forcing the news to cover it. And, like, that's ignorance on my own part.
Right.
So, you know, fight for everyone to get there. I'm not saying that one person should get their story told. I'm just saying everyone should get their story told equally. Everyone has the right for justice.
Right. Like,
you know?
Media should be
equal.
a fair and equal situation.
And it's not.
You know, you're right. It should be a fair and equal situation where it's like, if you're going to cover a story, we get it. But at least attempt to cover
other people's
story as well.
Because they're also very sad.
You know?
He is, like I said, I'm even ignorant now. I wanted to talk about it, and I should have looked up his name even more. But his story is tragic too. And then the amount of Native American women I found out this year that get taken off of reservations and they're never heard of, and no one gives a shit. And
I didn't even know that either.
It's horrific.
It's scary. Yes, it seems like it's a scary world.
I want Gabby's case to be told, but my wish for this world and for the future, and I, as a white woman, are going to try to be cognizant of at the end of this week, is to not just focus on one, try to look around my world and pay attention to other people, and maybe I can help. I don't know if I can help, but I can, I don't know how to say it. I just realized that I have been so privileged that I've only realized till this year that it really is only the white woman's story who gets told. And other people's stories should get told too, because there's other people who have loved ones out there who have real lives, and their lives are rocked and no one's helping them. I couldn't imagine no one helping them.
Right.
I don't know why that sunk with me so much this week, but I'm happy her case, but like I said, I'm very happy her case is getting solved and people are helping, and it's a beautiful thing, but I wish that was also handed to other people as well, is my point. Right.
And the thing that
I have to look his name up while you're talking.
Right. And I want you to look up the Elizabeth Smart story for me, and the little black girl that was kidnapped around the same time as her.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing too.
That's a whole other thing, because Elizabeth Smart got the whole coverage of her being kidnapped, but not the little girl. It's funny because Dave Chappelle spoke about it, which I love his comedy, because he,
Let's see how you only know Elizabeth Smart's name, but we don't know the little girl.
Yes.
That's a problem.
And he was stating that from years ago. He stated that in one of his stand-up comedies years ago. The little black girl that was taken a couple miles from her house. She knew where she was pretty much was at. She was able to break free. She got kidnapped that day. It was able to break free and get home that same day, that same night.
This is his name.
Oh, Jelani Day.
Jelani Day, yeah. And his mom was begging for people to pay attention to him, and they just found him today. So I'm sad they found him deceased, but I'm happy at least she gets to see her son again. At least maybe that will help a little bit, but still it won't heal anything. It's crazy that
it's fucked up, but this is part of the gift and the curse of the internet. You understand? The gift of the internet is we kind of set accountability and a sense of urgency through the internet. Whereas prior to the internet, you only really got coverage through the media, through the through the news on the television, on the TV. I sound old saying television, but on TV,
you old man.
On the news, right? Because I remember as a kid too. I used to see on Channel 7, they used to post have you seen this child? Or it's 10 o'clock, do you know where your kid is? Situations, right? But it was so brief. It was so brief that it would flash, and then the news would go on to talk about whatever the news was talking about at that time. Now with the internet, that sense of urgency is okay, this person's been missing, because on a lighter note, there's been a couple situations where people were missing and the internet took traction on it, and they were found.
But sometimes the internet sleuths get too involved. I will say that. I don't spend my time getting involved with. I like true crime, but I don't spend my time getting that deep in it. I do believe cops have a job, and sometimes I feel internet helps, but also I feel sometimes people overstep their boundaries. And are you really helping them, or are you delaying the job? Right,
and let's be totally honest. There's been situations that made cops look bad throughout the prior years, or throughout my lifetime so far, but there are definitely good and great cops out there that actually do their job and actually help the community. And there's some cops out there that, right. But at the same time, I would say with everything that that's done by people is a process behind it. You understand? And with this situation, sad to say, there's a process and protocols that they have to follow and do. And unfortunately, sometimes they get lucky enough that they find and save these people, and sometimes
Alexis
they
Patterson.
don't.
So Elizabeth Smart and Alexis Patterson were both the same age around the same time, and they only cared about Elizabeth Smart.
Yeah, and not about Alexis Patterson, who ended up
Turn your phone off, man.
going home. Well, damn. Jeez, I got important calls. I have business. Just cut me off.
Saying,
but yes, the coverage wasn't covered on Alexa Patterson.
Yeah.
And she was able to go home that same day, you know?
Yeah.
But, I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%.
I just feel like I'm getting, sometimes like life wakes you up to things, and I realize that's a big one. And I also been realizing, I'm sorry to go it is deep and sad, but it's just the honest truth. I really realize, like, we treat Native American population, I'm saying it wrong. I think
Indigenous people?
Indigenous people. If anyone out there is like, whoa, Corinne, you're saying that totally wrong, please DM me and be like, this is the correct way to say it.
Oh, yes, please. We are open to being corrected.
Yeah.
I've been corrected behind doors so far. So
and I think if they would like to be called Indigenous people because they were here first, their population is just like, no one gives a shit about. And like we already took you didn't, the white people did a long time ago. My people, well, not my people, but like my people at the end of the day. I'm not going to be that person.
Not my people.
We took so much for them, and like now we're still not caring.
That's a heavy burden for you to carry, though.
What?
That kind of is a heavy burden for you to carry.
No.
I mean, like, you're Irish and Italian.
Yeah,
so,
but that's not an excuse. I feel like people do that. Like they're like,
you're going off your skin color more than you know,
and as a white woman,
English.
I can't be the stupid person that is like.
Well, not stupid, ignorant.
No, but I can't be the person that's just like, oh, well, my family was in Ireland and Italy at the time, or wherever they were, because like I can't be like, and they weren't involved. Technically, they weren't, but as a white woman in this country today, I have not a response. I'm not trying to be the white savior. Let me repeat that again. I'm not trying to be a white savior. I'm just owning the fact that, like, that's what happened. If I was around in that time, that would have happened.
Touché.
So you just gotta own it. Okay. That's the problem with this world. People are so tied up in shit. It's just like, first off, we gotta pay attention to real shit. We gotta take some shit less seriously, and we all have to stop being so defensive. And when I say all, I really mean, and I know I have some Republican family members who might be listening to this and being like, oh my God, Corinne, but just hear me out. We all have to stop being so defensive when people call us out for being white.
I'm liberal.
We all have to be
I don't know
a little less defensive.
Right now.
Like they're
I'm just
like
listening.
Well, I just feel like we just have to fucking own it and just try to be better.
Accountability.
Than people before.
Yes, accountability. Hold it, and that's what it brings you back in full circle.
And it doesn't even have to be a black and white thing. It's just you're a human being on this planet, and you just have to try to be better than the human beings before us. Because everyone's like, oh well, that generation doesn't know better. Okay, then let's be the generation that knows better and does better. And you don't have to go to like some people don't like doing protests, some people don't like doing this, but you just have to actually just go out. And if you don't like doing protests and doing big movements, fine, but just like be a better human than the humans that came before us. And then hopefully by us being better humans, the people that when we have kids, they'll be better humans. And everyone, like, we can't be stuck. You can't be a 20-something-year-old now and have the same mentality as a 40-year-old. Or has the same mentality as a 80-year-old. That's a problem because life needs to progress.
Well, it's called, generational. It's just
and the excuses
let's just
have
say
to
it's
stop.
generational teachings. It's being passed down from generation to generation. But like I said, to bring back again in full circle with the internet of today is more or less more accountability being held amongst people than before. Before, you were able to hide behind, let's just say your racism, or hide behind your ignorance, hide behind your prejudiceness. You was able to hide behind some certain door or a certain thing, whatever it may be. You was able to hide behind it, but today with the internet, there's more accountability that's being held. Or people trying to uphold to some people.
And no, let me go back and apologize for like a 2 seconds. I said like my Republican. It doesn't even have to be Republican. Like there's some good Republicans out there. I would like to believe. I don't want to put a whole group of people. I shouldn't have even brought in. I shouldn't have even brought in politics. I'm just saying, let's just all be better people than the generation behind us.
Right, but you know. I'm always the person that see two sides of a coin, which is, you know, I call myself the contradictor.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm very contradictive with stuff because it's certain things that just make sense. I'm not going to go into it with the politics situation, but, you know, with like Republicans and Democrats and all this other stuff, there's a lot of misconceptions about Republicans and Democrats that a lot of people don't know. But again, it brings it back in full circle. Okay? That, what you're being taught from generation to generation, it just trickled down from generation to generation.
Yeah, we need to shake that
and that's
off.
what people at that young age grew up thinking and knowing that's what the truth is, or that's what whatever
but
it
no,
is.
my thing is, but that, I get that.
It was taught to them.
And I get that, but that has to stop now. It has to stop being the excuse. Like,
right.
I can't
Touché.
accept people in my life like that now, who I, like, had an old friend who used to do some shitty stuff, and I used to be like, or say shitty stuff, and I used to be like, oh, well, it's just her mom, or she just learned it from here, and I should have said something sooner. No, you're now, you're a 20-something-year-old, go out into the effing world, and learn about life, and learn about other people. I'm not saying try to be them, by any means, or try to just go out and like listen to people. Like, don't force, just listen to people.
You're gonna get a round of applause right here for that. I like that.
Oh.
I like that.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry, go ahead, continue.
I'm just saying, listen to people. Like, the world just needs to listen to people. That's the problem. No one wants to listen. We're defensive, and no one wants to listen. So they're bringing up Gabby Smart, Gabby Smart, that was bad. Gabby Petito, and everyone's like, well, and then people are bringing up this point, and they're like, well, why can't she? Well, she's someone that, like, relax. No one is discrediting what her family's going through, and how that story is insane. And they can't find that story is insane, and it's totally newsworthy, but no one's trying to discredit that. So before you go on a Facebook comments and an Instagram comment and say, well, they only are saying that because relax. No one is discrediting her viewpoint. And the people who are, then that's messed up. But a lot of the people are not. They're not saying, well, no one should be covering it. They're just saying, but there's also other people who have been missing beforehand and no one gave a shit.
Right. And
I think everyone in the world just needs to calm down.
Yeah, and again, that's a part of the curse with the internet as well. One of the curses of the internet is everybody feeling that they have a valid opinion.
Get off of Facebook. Everyone needs, and I have unfriended friends, family members, and all this stuff. Not because I don't love you, but you need to get off of Facebook. Facebook has to stop. It has nothing to do, I love you. If you're listening, I love you very much, but I can't keep doing the Facebook stuff. Facebook was supposed to be where you post a photo, a funny meme, a funny video. I don't want to hear.
Well, technically, Facebook, when it was created to be amongst college students.
Yeah, it wasn't even.
It wasn't supposed to be how it is now.
So the safety.
Fact check me, people.
So I don't want to hear about how you don't want your kid masked in school. Get over it. I don't want to hear about if you're vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, if you are a Republican, liberal, get off of Facebook with it. Nothing should be posted on Facebook. You are not, that's what just bothers me. The people who post things on Facebook, I'm like, what? Take that energy and go do.
It's because the government is trying to control us with these vaccines, said no one.
But we need to get off of Facebook. Spend your time listening to other people, whether you like what they're saying or not, or just have your opinions. I'm not here to tell you no to your opinion. Live your opinion. Be your truth, whatever. I might disagree with it and think it's silly, but that's my opinion.
Right.
But what you're not going to do is think that. What do you think a Facebook post is going to do?
Listen, like I said, people think that their opinions is valid enough. That is actually a fact. They get it misconstrued what an opinion and a fact is.
Yeah,
like I said, like I was talking to you, I would tell everybody now that, thankful to my uncle. Growing up, my uncle, my Uncle Dwayne, he would hit me with some shits that I'm like, what are you talking about sometimes? But he would tell me a word, and then he would tell me, looking in the dictionary, and find out what the meaning of that word is. And when I would do that, that would have me have an understanding of what he was trying to tell me and add the word to my vocabulary.
Okay.
So with that being said, one of the things that he told me to look up and define, look up the definition for was fact and opinion. And a lot of people are getting confused with their opinion for being a fact.
And also, know your sources. Come on. Like I said, I have my opinions, but I also know, I can't come on this podcast and talk real political stuff, because guess what? I don't have
shit about it.
I don't have things about it. I just know opinions about it. So I hope everyone gets their justice in the end, and I hope people listen to it. And I know we just went on a big tangent, and that was not the topic for today, but I just feel like that's really important.
No. Sometimes when something's weighing on
really
your heart,
resonated with
you
me.
have to say it. Yeah,
and I said to Tramaine before we started, I'm like, I'm not going to bring it up. And I wasn't going to say anything because, I found out there was, this. I really, don't.
So you're telling me you're a liar?
No, because I was trying to be respectful, and I think I am being respectful. I do hope everyone in Gabby's family has healing and all of those things in their life. And I hope she's at rest on the other side. And I'm not saying anything bad. And I hope that her parents find some ray of sunshine eventually in their future, a little bit. I hope healing. Yeah. I'm just saying that I also showed me this week that there's a lot of stories to add to that story.
Yes,
not to take
fair.
Away from that story, is to also add to that story.
Yes, to condense what you were saying, just be fair.
Yeah.
Let's just be fair. That's all.
Because there's a lot of people in pain. Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of people in pain. A lot of people in pain.
Bruised.
But let's just be fair.
Yeah.
I got it. I get you.
Wrap that up.
Real fast.
But anyway, so we were going to talk today, our topic of today, we're trying to get better with topics. We're trying to. We usually come on in freestyle. We'll have an idea or stuff.
Yeah, thanks for giving away the secret. I thought we was getting people to think, we was professional. We sounded great.
Sorry.
We had everything gotten. She just gave away the sauce. So.
No, I'm not giving away the sauce. I'm just trying to.
Right, yeah,
I'm trying to just, let people know.
Okay.
But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about being in an interracial relationship, because we don't want it to. What are you laughing at?
No, because I was thinking interrelational.
I know. Did I get tongue-tied there? I
got tongue-tied with myself.
Okay.
I didn't even say nothing was in my head.
Ooh, well, we were going to talk about that because I feel like that's something that is a part of us. We're getting to know each other still. This is episode 6. So we're still trying, and we're episode 6. We're trying to get to know you. You're trying to get to know us. We're trying to get to know you. So I think that's an important part of our relationship. Not important, but it's just a different dynamic in our relationship. There's a lot of now you got me tripping up on it too.
Interracial.
We can't even say it.
Hold on. We're going to get it. Okay.
And I'm thinking too much on the word.
Interracial
relationships out there.
So
it's not a new thing, but we get questions. I think people ask a lot of questions, especially on my side. I feel like people are oh, well, how is it? Well, how's his family? How's this? How's that? So we're about to lay it all out now so we can keep moving on from other episodes, right?
Yeah, maybe your side. My side, they was either expecting or waiting. They was waiting because, like I said, it's already done, kind of, so they didn't have no kind of expectations. They was just cool. It didn't
I'm not
even
saying,
matter.
I'm not even talking about your family. I'm just talking about how people are wondering how, like...
No, I thought you said something about family. Okay,
Yeah,
my
people
bad.
are wondering... Okay, anyway,
I
so
thought
let's
you were
hop
saying
into
family.
it.
Well, even if you didn't say family, family, I'm pretty sure that other people out there or
Have been through
whomever
it.
is listening to us
It's
right
nothing
now, are you
crazy
going
now.
through it right now yourself? Have you been through it? Did you go through, what we were going to talk about with, scenarios or situations of the same stature? Like,
Yeah. I think the first thing to point out is the misconception that some people have that, like, let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The misconception that people have about, like, just that white women have, like, fetishes for black men, or black men might search out white women. That did not, and it might happen in other situations. I'm not here to speak for other people. Those are the stereotypes, and we're here.
Yeah.
We like to, I don't like to say we like to, I know that when I was dating a bunch of different people. Tramaine was dating a bunch of different people, and we just felt each other's vibe more than that.
right.
It really was not, I mean, I found black men attractive, but I didn't, like, go searching only, like, I'm only gonna date black guys. Like, that's not how it happens. Like,
Right.
people, I think, see, or think or envision in their heads or something like that.
Right. See, me, I go off a vibe and
Yeah.
and what you call it, energy and pretty much how you make me feel when I speak to you. And in all honesty, when I was in my dating phase before meeting Corin, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
It didn't matter to me at all.
It was just a vibe.
Yeah, it was just a vibe. But I kinda, before meeting her, was saying like, I don't think other races. That sounds okay. I didn't think other race was too interested in me per se. Maybe it was just me because they never really got to know me. But I was just in that ignorant mind state, thinking that I tried, it didn't go nowhere. Maybe I didn't try hard enough, or maybe I didn't say the right or do the right things.
Yeah.
So I was saying it just wasn't working for me because
I just wanted someone
I
tall.
tried, yeah.
That's all I cared about. I only cared about height.
I was.
I only cared. I'm being honest. I did not care about skin color, eye color, all those dating app filters like we talked about in the first episode. I could have chosen a guy with the color, and they have all the races there with the skin color, eye color, job, age. I only cared about height. I wanted a tall man. So I dated a lot of tall men from many walks of life,
Yeah,
many
'cause
different.
you're pretty tall.
I'm 5'11". I needed
female.
I needed a tall guy. That's
Yeah.
all I cared about.
Honestly, you lucky you hit my threshold. Because my threshold was, well, no. Listen before you judge me. You guys listen before you judge me too, okay? I'm 6'5". I don't know how much me and another 6'5" person is
Yeah.
gonna go, especially if that 6'5" female wants
Shout
to
out to
wear
the 6'5".
heels.
Shout out to the 6'5" women though.
Yeah,
they have those long, gorgeous legs.
Yeah. I was madly wrong. I was badly wrong too. There are a lot of gorgeous 6'5" women out there. Yes,
Yeah.
but it was just my preference.
Yeah.
that was
So,
all. It was
yeah,
just
we
my
had-
preference.
so-
I'm not saying you guys was ugly or anything. It was just my preference.
Just
all right?
to debunk that rumor right there and then. Just to debunk that rumor right there and then. That was not. I don't even think that was a rumor, or just like to debunk that. That's how we got together. It was on a vibe. I feel like it was.
What are you talking about with the rumor?
Not the rumor. I'm just like that stereotype.
That
to debunk that
stereotype.
stereotype. I shouldn't
Okay,
say
there you
rumor.
go.
Just to debunk
Stereotype. Gotcha.
that stereotype. And I feel like we went into it with like pure hearts and we felt each other's energy. And that's what made our relationship work the best.
Because I'm about to say rumor. I was about to say, what's the word, bird?
What?
What's the word, bird?
I don't know what you're referring to.
You said something about a roommate, so I was going to say, what's the word, bird?
Where is that from?
It's from me. I make stuff up all the time because
no. Oh, that's
I'm ill.
cute. I love birds.
No, you know
word,
what?
bird.
No. You didn't get it. Like I don't know you love birds. You didn't get it. Nah, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. No, it's okay. You didn't think I was funny. Ha ha. I know when my joke bombs.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So-
moving on. Yes.
So yeah, so we didn't. It was stereotypes thrown out the window. It was really, we can't speak for other people because I know other people out there might do those types of things. We didn't. We went in with pure intentions and we
Yes.
just allowed each other to learn from each other.
Right. Because honestly,
that's what you have to do. I just feel like when you come from any two people in any relationship, you just have to like learn from each other because you both have such different experience. It doesn't even have to be on like skin color. It just has to be on like people. You have to be able to learn from one another and just go into a relationship with like really pure intentions.
Right, because I had an idea of a woman that I wanted, and the idea didn't come with a skin color or a race. It came with what I was looking for, how that woman would compliment me in my life, and how much I could compliment her in her life, vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So meeting Corinne, she was hitting every check mark that I was looking for, and I was like, all right, let's see how it goes. And
I wanted someone tall, and I wanted, but on the deeper level, I wanted a teammate, and I wanted someone to treat me and to treat me like I was a priority and put effort. I wanted someone who put effort into things. I never had someone who put like a lot of effort into things, like full effort, 100% effort in every action he does with me, and Tramaine does that, and like.
Oh,
you do.
Applause for that.
You do. You put effort into everything you do with me.
Thank you.
And I appreciate it.
Right.
And you even call me beautiful, and like, it's nice to be called that.
Right, because you are.
But anyway. We digress. But anyway, you have to.
But the same way I am right now was the same way I was dating and trying to figure out certain situations. Those situations just unfortunately didn't work out. Well, fortunately for me, because I'm happy where I'm at. But those situations didn't work out, and the reason why it didn't work out is because they didn't hit those checklists for me personally. And it was like, okay, there's certain things I was seeing too. It was like, you know what, this just ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And with Corinne, it was like, all right, she's hitting the checklist, XYZ. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes.
So I think
honestly, when I first met you, I didn't even think anything of it. I thought it was a scam. Like, I thought it was a scam. I didn't think it was real. I was like, oh, this shit ain't real. Who's this? So I'm playing along. I'm like, yeah, XYZ. And she's playing along. And I'm like, is this really a person? And today's day and age, I got that IG. It was a rap.
Yeah.
It was a rap.
But I think, even going into it, you were the first man of color that I dated seriously. And I didn't even like think of it. I don't think we thought about race while we started our relationship. Like, we didn't start thinking about our race until other people made us think about how we were an interracial relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we never thought of it. We never really talked about it. We just dated.
Yeah,
you had asked me.
About it.
Yeah. Like, we didn't think about it. And then when you go out into the world and you're faced with people, people make you realize that like you're in one, which is uncomfortable. And that's, I think, like the message. Like, if you know someone in an interracial relationship, like don't like make them feel weird about it. Like, people do that. I don't understand the purpose of it. Like, if someone's being loved and loved purely, like, leave them alone. Because we've had some incidents where we had funny ones and we've had not so funny ones.
All right, so
but before we get into that, I feel like my family was like awesome. My mom and dad were like really welcoming. Everyone was like worried if my mom and dad were going to be okay. And my mom and dad were like so cool.
Oh, yeah.
My mom and dad
1,000%.
like don't care. They just wanted someone who was going to treat me nice and who has like a stable job. That's all they cared about.
Right.
Literally all they cared about.
See, me, I like to fuck around a lot. So I was telling Corinne, when it came to that time to meet her parents, I was like, don't tell them, my job and what I do. I want to tell them I'm a rapper. I'm unemployed. They're going to see me in the car I drive, because I have a nice car. But like, I got this, doing some things in the streets and this, that, and that. I just wanted to fuck around. Maybe it would not have went well.
But he wanted to.
But I wanted to do it because I'm just that person. I'm an asshole. So I wanted to do it and see where they was gonna go, or what they was gonna say.
But I already opened.
But according to her mom, which I believe now, she tell her mom everything.
Yeah.
When I'm not there, but when I'm there, that's when she want to shut up. But the day when I went to go pick Corinne up, we was going on a date. She took me to a spot to the beach. We went out in town. We did a miniature golfing. It was a nice time, right?
That was a really good date.
It was a good date. First date too. I never.
Second date.
No, it was the first date.
No, it was the second date.
What was the first date?
The club, Harlem Tavern.
That wasn't the first date. Harlem Tavern was.
Harlem Tavern.
Yes, the club was the meetup. The Harlem Tavern was the first date. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Second date. Correction, right? So I go pick her up, and
my parents came home from church.
Yeah, her parents came home from church a little too soon.
My mom was.
It was
pumped.
more. It was more.
I think they ran out of church that day because they get out of mass at 5. They go to church on Saturday nights and they get out at 6. And I think they left a little early. They dipped out and got a little early to meet you because they knew. And my mom was like, "Your date's picking you up." I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to be here." And she was just like, "No, we'll be here." I'm like, "No." And then he pulls up because he was stuck in traffic or something, and then they pulled up. I was like, son of a gun.
Yeah, because they live deep in West Bubblefuck, Long Island, so definitely was first time going. Was a little nervous because I'm like, what the fuck? Where the fuck am I? Never been in this part of Long Island. I'm like, damn, this girl gonna get out me.
You know how many people made that joke to you?
Probably gonna be a get out situation.
Yeah.
In a sunken place. But anyway, so what you call it? So boom.
They're there.
They're there. Her sister's there, right? And I know her sister, when you listen to this, you remember this like it was yesterday. So they get there, you know, mom is talking to Corinne a little bit. I don't know how she snuck away, but she came outside. And her sister's like, Corinne, mom is going outside. Mom is going outside.
I was getting ready,
right?
And my sister's going, Corinne, I'm in the bathroom getting ready. And I hear Julie, she's like, Corinne, mom's going over to his car. Corinne, he's out of the car. Okay, Corinne, they're both in the car. Corinne, the car is driving away. So my mom got in Tremaine's car and told him to drive.
Yup. So now here's my side, right? So I see this lady coming out, beeline and walking the fastest I ever seen her walk since I know her so far, right? And she comes to my car, I roll down my window. I'm like, hi, how you doing? This, that, and the third, we're speaking. She hops right in. So I'm like, okay, we about to do this.
Yeah.
All right. Me, I don't know. I have no sense of fear sometimes in situations too. So I was nervous. And I wasn't comfortable. I was in the middle. Mm-hmm. I was okay, if y'all listening from the beginning to now. Mm-hmm. Okay, so she hops in. We got to talking a little bit. And pretty much she was just giving me the information what her daughter gave her. So I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So I was like, damn. So I was like, all right, cool. So we drove and, you know, she expressed to me that she just want her daughter to be happy and be with the right person and everything. And, you know, she hoped that I'm good, that I'm a good guy and whatever and everything. And she's like, I just had to grill you because it didn't matter who you was. It's going to happen.
People.
Yeah, her mom does it.
Yeah.
And, like, to this day, her mom adores me and I adore her.
Yeah.
Love each other to death. But we drive around the corner. So I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. So I'm like, so this is what we're going to do. Because her mom is somewhat like me, too.
Yeah.
She's probably my mom in another universe.
They love to make me anxious.
She's probably my mom in another universe. Because we think on the same level sometimes. It's kind of scary. So when we got back in front of the house, I was like, okay, listen. I'm trying to do this thing. I'm like, okay, since it ain't work on you, I'm like, let's do this thing with Corinne, right? So I'm talking. I'm like, all right, I got this plan. So I go to talk to her. She beamed as fast as she came to the car, as fast as she left the car.
She knew I was going to be pissed.
By the time I look over, she was already up the lawn. I'm like, when did you come? I didn't even hear the car door close. When did you come out the car?
Trish is a quick walker, man.
Quick.
She's a quick walker.
Quick. I was like, well, I guess my plan failed. All around.
He took my mom. My mom would have done that to anyone. And you took the initial jest great. And yeah, you just fit in with my family. No, they adore you.
Yeah, well, the best thing, the best thing or the best advice I've ever gotten from my brothers, you know, I do it almost every podcast. Shout out Jimmy and Ray. Freaking, they told me the best thing you could do is be yourself.
Yeah, and you were.
You know?
And that's like the best thing.
So
Once again.
That's all I've done for my whole life is just be myself. I'm a weird dude. I like weird stuff. I like anime. I embrace what I like and do. And I don't hide the fact that that's what I like and do and who I am. So it just comes off as natural, right?
Yeah.
You know, or genuine. Thank you.
Yeah,
Genuine.
So it worked out. I think our families were no problem.
Yeah, no. Like I was saying, from my side of the family, you know, I had 2 stepping stones. Again, Jim Dog and my Uncle Essie. So it wasn't
Don't put
something.
their whole business out there.
Yeah,
But they have.
no. Listen, I'm telling the story. I'm telling my side, all right?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. But not in a bad way. But they already broke the ice for me per se.
Yeah.
And you know, the women that they was with at the time, my family embraced them with open arms,
Yeah.
adored them as well, and it was like it made it easier for me to say that, you know, not be fearful to try to bring Corinne around to be like, yeah, this is my girlfriend and
Yeah.
this is
They didn't
Corinne,
care.
and they didn't care.
I think-
my mom and her is like somewhat best friends. I think
Our
she hears
relationship-
more from my mom than me.
We text. It's great.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know.
I enjoy it.
And I hear from my mom a lot.
I enjoy your mom. I'm just very happy that it worked out. Like I said, you, unlike your family, you were the first. I'm the first person that I dated someone outside of my race.
Yes.
So I think everyone in my extended family also really likes you. They say nothing but great things. Do I think maybe when they first heard, they were like, oh, or they first saw it, they might have been like, oh, like a little like culture
just
shock.
culture
A little
shock,
shock.
yeah.
Yeah, like a little like,
Culture
oh.
shock.
But we've been really lucky. Like we really do have good family around us. I feel like sometimes though, I'm gonna just say it, but I feel like sometimes people are like, okay, as long as it's Korean, it's not my daughter. You know, like I could tell. Like you can tell when it's like, as long as it's just your daughter, like as long as it's your daughter and not my daughter. Like they really like you, they really enjoy you, they have fun with you. But sometimes I feel not with my intimate family, but with like other people.
Well, I would possibly say that I don't think it's that. I think that this is my thoughts. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but me thinking they just open.
Yeah.
They're just a little more open. They're not enclosed or in a bubble.
Yeah.
You understand?
So we've been really-
They understand that outside of they circumference of where they reside in, there is a world. From
Yeah,
where
but
they
there,
live,
but
you
there's,
know?
but it's really not everyone. It truly is not everyone. It's
Yeah,
not.
I've
It
been-
really isn't.
I've been embraced.
I feel like it's
openly,
more. It's
you know?
more like family friends that feel that way. I should correct myself. It's more family friends than family. My family has like your back.
I don't think I met all your family.
My dad's
friends.
side of the family has your back like 100%.
Oh,
So does
yeah.
my mom's side.
Oh yeah. Your
But-
dad's side, they're freaking amazing.
Yeah, they
you know?
got-
Your mom's side is amazing too. So.
Yeah, everyone's got your back.
Yeah, everybody's just been very open to me. It wasn't like a whoa situation,
Yeah,
you know.
we're lucky, but I feel like other people out there.
It was more like okay.
But once again-
to me, honestly, the way that they embraced me and brought me in, it was like I was expected. It was like I was
Yeah.
expected.
No.
Somebody had a crystal ball somewhere. It was like, oh yeah, we know you like a
Right on time.
Yeah, you right on time.
You person.
Yeah, me person, and I'm never on time for anything.
No, he just slid right in. You
Never
get
on
Christmas
time.
gifts and everything.
Yeah, what? That's one thing I found out too. White people love to gift. I get a lot of.
I don't think it's
I
just
get a
white
lot.
people.
Well, shit.
My,
These past 2 years?
family just likes to gift. They're very giving
Okay,
people.
well, your family loves to gift. Shit, I never felt so embraced in my life. I would never leave this place. Maybe I am in a sunken place because I ain't looking to leave.
But yeah,
this
we've
place.
been really lucky. The
Yes.
unlucky times, I feel like, once again, it's not my family, it's not his family. It's like friends of, family friends of, not family friends, but like friends of friends. Or, you know, like one time we were at my friend's birthday party and this guy and they were from like upstate New York, like really made it a point to try to make me and Tramaine feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah, honestly,
Really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And the
I
only
told her I would slap the shit out of them.
But-
If y'all listening, I was gonna slap the shit out of y'all.
Yeah.
All jokes aside,
And we'll
you lucky she stopped me. I was gonna slap the shit out of y'all.
yeah, but it wasn't worth it for small-minded people. So like I said, it's not
guess.
the world. It's not I feel like when you're in an interracial relationship and you go in with pure intentions. Let me repeat that again, pure intentions, not dating another race to think that they're higher than another, or dating another race because you want to piss your parents off, or dating another race because in your head you feel like, oh, I'm only attracted to them, and it's like a weird thing. If you go in with pure intentions, like people around you will like get the vibe. So like our family on both sides, extended family, gets the vibe.
Well-
It's the world, the outside world, like when we walk down the street street will definitely get looks. When we walk in my hometown, effing forget it. Tramaine stared at, I think, not only for our height, but we're also a very tall couple. So it's like it's like two tall people.
It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
trying to get that out.
Yeah, it's like, but especially in the town that I grew up in, people stare at him, and it's like, it's so obvious.
All right, so it was 2 times when she used to live in Harlem, right? So 2 times. It was one where we was by Harlem Tavern. It was a white woman. She saw us and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys make an adorable couple. You guys look adorable and cute." We said, "Thank you," right? It was another time around her apartment where she used to live. We were walking up the street going to the grocery, and you know, a black dude looks and he was like, "Hi, my brother, yeah."
No, but I didn't like.
Yeah, my brother. And you know what I did? Pounded my chest and said, "You damn right."
But I didn't like that. But I didn't like that
funny.
Because that's what plays on that stereotype.
Right. Yeah,
I don't like
big time.
that. I don't
it
like
does
that.
play on it. It does play on it. I was joking.
I know
I was joking.
because I know. I'm just. I have to. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No.
I don't want to be that person. I don't want it. I don't like it.
Right. And then it was another time where if anybody, I'm telling my age again. But if anybody who's around my age or maybe a little younger ever saw the movie called Save the Last Dance. Save the Last
never
Dance.
Even see that.
You never seen
No.
that? So Save the Last Dance pretty much depicted a situation of, you know, interracial couples or a interracial couple, you know, long story short. Girl wanted to do dancing, ended up moving into an urban neighborhood with her dad. Mom dies, fell in love with a black dude in high school. He was teaching her how to do the hip hop dancing to go try out again for Juilliard. Cool. It was a scene where they were on a train, and there was an old white lady, and she was kind of grilling them and kept looking at them and giving them looks.
Yeah.
So she turned. She pulled the move. They both was on the same page. She pulled the move that I would pull. She was like, "Oh, we're being watched, so let's give them a show." So they started rubbing on each other, hugging each other, kissing each other down on the train, all lovey-dovey. She's smiling and laughing. The lady just kept giving her dirty looks and then like got up and got off the train or the bus. It was one of those situations.
Yeah.
Some source of public transportation. Back to me and Corinne. It was a situation like that where we was on the train or somewhere and we was getting a look like that too. I didn't mention it to Corinne. We was just in our own vibes, and I just continued the vibes, but I'm very aware of because of where I grew up at, so I'm very aware of every scenario or everywhere that I go. I'm very attentive, so I'm always have the corners of my eyes, and I saw we was getting the watch and the looks, and I don't know if it was a dirty look or judgment look or whatever, but it was uncomfortable to the point I was like, okay, this is something I never experienced neither. How would or how should I handle it?
I just think the best thing to do if you're a couple in that situation is like purely ignore it. Like purely ignore it. Like,
I did.
I know you did, but it gets so uncomfortable sometimes. It's not all the time, but when it happens, then it's like you get slapped. Once again, like we're fine. We don't even think about it. We do not think about it on the day-to-day that Tramaine is black and I am white. I do not think about it. But then when you go out into that world and you look at someone looking at the two of you like, what the like what? And it's always older people. It's like not worth it, but it smacks you back to like, oh, wait, that is like we are different in that way, but I don't think about it on the daily. You shouldn't think about it. If you are in a relationship and you're thinking about it constantly, you need to self-reflect.
Or if you're in a relationship and you're thinking about it constantly and it's dictating your relationship and things that you do or want to do or try to do, but you're trying not to because it's going to make certain people feel uncomfortable. It's not the relationship for you. Yeah, it's not. Leave it. Leave it alone. You just have to own it. Like we're different and just keep it moving. Right. If you're hiding like Tramaine's never hid me. I never hid Tramaine. If you're hiding someone, if you feel the need, I know people who like will try to like hide their significant other from other people. Like you're wrong. Like that you shouldn't be in that relationship. If you're gonna be in something, you have to own it. No matter what it is, you just have to own it. Like life's too short to be not loving who you love and hiding them from the world. Right. Disclaimer, these are our opinions. We're not saying this is law. This is our opinions. This is how we feel. We're not saying you have to follow what we're saying
Definitely
or do
not.
what we're saying, but we're just being opinionated.
And maybe we can support
Right.
someone who might be struggling. I don't know.
Hopefully somebody hears this and, they just needed that extra kick to be like, yeah, you know what?
I'll own it.
You're right. I need to own this shit.
Like, that person's a really good person.
Right, and I don't want to miss out on being happy because of,
Other
my
people's-
fear of other people's judgments or their opinions on how they feel, what I should or shouldn't do, who I should and shouldn't be with.
Yeah, but the craziest thing about, I will say, the last, negative thing I'll say is that I think a lot of people from my hometown, they see you, I see their, I'm like, oh, I'm dating, went in the beginning, oh, I'm dating a new guy, oh, let me see a picture, show them a picture, they're like, oh, he's so handsome, he's so whatever, and then does he have a job, does he have kids, does he have a job, it's like a microaggression, just watch your words.
Yeah, no, see me,
I never got asked that when I was dating my ex who was white. I never got asked, does he have a job? Does he have kids? Why are you asking people that?
Well,
What does he do?
Well, again, right back full circle with media and social media and TV. There's a lot of ways that black people are portrayed and depicted, and people go off of entertainment more than real life experience for themselves. So
I will say
it's ignorance.
I will say the most unfortunate thing I love everything about dating Tramaine, but the saddest thing, not unfortunate, the saddest thing that happened though is I did lose a friend in this situation. And I think I lost that friend for a couple reasons. But one reason I realized is I don't think the person that she started dating, or I don't know how it went. I don't know the conversations behind closed doors.
Well,
but all I know is I was asked by her before even meeting him, you hadn't met her or her boyfriend, and she asked me how black was Tramaine. She said how her boyfriend, I'm not going to call people out by name. She was just like, he wants to know how black are we dealing with, and she laughed, and I was just gobsmacked. And if I can go back in time, I wish I could say more something better, but like I said, I think we're just in a relationship. I was just so happy. I am so happy. I don't think about it.
See, I like to fuck with people. You should have said, yeah, he's black enough that he'll rob and beat his ass.
Yeah, but it's just I was so happy.
Stupid.
I didn't even
process it.
Yeah. And I was so naive. I guess I just went into this. I was so in love and I'm so happy, and I am still currently, but I didn't think. And then once again, that outside world shows its ugly face and points it out. That's what I'm saying. The world needs to calm down.
The world is ugly.
And to have someone that was supposed to be a very good friend of mine at the time,
right? But
who say that to me was just crazy.
Listen, again, since we're being so opinionated, right? Because this is all opinions. I'm gonna talk to you how we regularly would talk without this being on. I feel that it was a lot of stuff that was going on, but I was the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So I was the excuse for the reason for her to act,
there was
or for y'all to,
we can have a friendship conversation
separate,
a different time. That's a whole different.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
That's a whole different thing. But I think it was it was a
lot of things I was stemming in that relationship that. It was more toxic than anything, and that was just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that was the icing. Yeah,
to
definitely.
show you the type of person that she really is, and to get you out of the mind frame.
But
I want to salvage this friendship.
Yeah, that is very true. There was a lot of moving pieces. Because that's what relationships are, but that was one of the last kind of times is how do you come up to someone who's really happy in a relationship and ask them before you even meet them. You haven't even met them. And that person was supposed to be my ride or die person, and she hadn't even asked to see you or meet you in person or get to know you, and then she asked that straight away. Words matter.
Yes, to a certain extent. And to be a really good friend or somebody that you grew up with and knew for a long time to act in such a manner is disappointing, it's hurtful, and it's just plain old nasty.
Yeah.
And it shows those are the type of people that you don't need around you because, again, energy does rub off on people.
Yeah.
No matter how much you want to admit it or not, or realize it or don't realize it, but if you're around negative energy all the time, for instance, somebody is always angry and they freaking always cursing somebody out or cursing around you or being negative, you're not even gonna realize it, but you're gonna turn into that person because that energy rubbed off on you without you realizing it. Next thing you know, you angry and negative and cursing around people or cursing at people all the time. And you're like, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah.
You know? So.
But to wrap that up, that was like that was the negative stuff. I think that, that was crazy. I don't know what else to say after that.
Yeah.
That just made me flash back to all that. That was like going through a breakup in itself.
Yeah. It was a fucked up situation, you know, but
I'm happy we're together and
yes.
And the beautiful thing of interracial. Why can't we say that word today? If you're screaming at us, I know. Is I got to learn like your family's culture, and that was really cool. And the food is bomb.
Yes, it goes both sides. So, you know, Corinne has a sensitive palate, so spiciness is not too much of her thing. And I told her spices in my culture is the thing. Yeah. So
I've gotten better.
Yeah,
my tolerance has gotten up a little bit.
Yeah, because the first time, and I mean, my mom back in the day, like she was a pepper queen, so she always used to put pepper and spices in her food. So the shit used to have me like, and I'm like 11 years old. I got used to it now. She don't put it as much. She don't cook with it as much now, maybe because of age and wisdom and everything, whatever. She don't cook with it as much, but she still put a little piece here and there in it. So, you know, I had to indoctrinate Corinne a little bit, little by little, like, here, it takes a little bit of this. It's fine with me. To her, face was red,
it's fire.
Sweating, and she had to drink.
It's eating fire.
Had to drink water. It's not eating fire.
It's eating fire.
You're not used to it.
But
you're not used to it.
I know, but I've gotten better. But the food is great, and learning about your culture is great. And I can't wait. We're gonna go to Guyana. That's another cool thing we're gonna get to do. Is we're gonna get to go to Tramaine's, like where his family's from, and that's gonna be really exciting.
Mom's side.
We get to learn. Like I get to be a part of that, and I just appreciate to be. I don't think I push myself on you guys, but I'm just I appreciate being brought along for the ride and getting to learn new things. Yeah, so that's a cool thing.
Oh yeah, we are definitely down to. It's one thing that I would say, you know. Let me finish that thought. We're definitely down to, you know, teach you and show you stuff of the culture of our culture, the Guyanese culture. My mom's side, right? My dad's side is from St. Vincent. Same thing. One thing I would say that kind of pissed me off when you told me, you know, when you was like, people was saying things like, you know, it's not my responsibility to teach you about.
Oh, at a different situation.
At a different situation, it's not my responsibility.
But it wasn't directed towards me. It was just directed towards white people in general.
Yes. Sorry, it wasn't directed towards you. It was in general. But it's not my responsibility to teach you or show you about this culture. So how the fuck is that person supposed to know? How are they supposed to learn? Google? All right, so if they Google it, isn't that the same thing as you telling them and teaching them the culture, right? How is that supposed to help? So instead of having you ignorant to the culture or thinking certain stuff is certain ways because of what you might saw or learn somewhere else, we're definitely open to teach you history and stuff. And it's funny because when my mom came to visit our new place, I asked a lot of
questions, and your mom was so willing to answer.
Shit, I was learning stuff that I didn't even know, and that's my mom. She never even told me.
I was just so cool to I will ask. I won't push myself on you, but if I feel like it's an opportunity, and it's anyone, it is truly anyone in. I love people watching. I love learning about people. So if you give me an open opportunity to talk to someone, I want to know the background on everything.
Listen,
it was really cool to learn about how
you didn't know me. You almost did not know me.
Yeah.
You almost didn't know me. If my grandfather would have see, the history I found out, my mom was telling her.
It was very elaborate.
Yes, and I didn't even know. My grandfather my grandfather and the president at the time of Guyana
We're friends.
No, they were best friends.
Yeah, they were
was
best
mans.
friends. And the president had offered his grandpa a job with him, and he didn't take it.
No, yeah, that's her version. My version of it is his mans called him. It was like, yo, Arthur Jones, I'm gonna need you to pull up. I need you. What's up? My grandfather said, nope, I'm good. If he had took that position, you would not know me at all. I probably wouldn't even be in America. It's supposed to be dignitaries. But again, that's my mom teaching you and giving you backstory history about our culture, where we come from, well, where they come from. I was born here. Where they come from and what they know. I didn't even know myself. So again, teach. What is it again? Teach one. Reach one, teach one?
I've never heard
Reach
that
one,
before.
teach one.
I love that. I'm here for it. And I think my family gives you good food too.
No, your family.
My mom cooks really well.
Italian food is my weakness, and her mom throws down with the Italian food.
Yeah.
And she gets busy. So yes, the best of both worlds. Whenever we have kids, Jesus Christ, I'm scared that they might be fat because they're going to be fed from both sides.
Yeah.
They're going to have the crazy
They'll
spicy
be chunky
palate.
but happy.
They're going to have the crazy chunky chunky palate. See what you made me do? They're going to have the crazy spicy palate. They're going to get it from me and eat my mom's side of the food. And then they're going to have their mama, Italian side of the family. And they Italian food palate. And oh my God. What the hell we gonna do with Thanksgiving?
But I just think the world needs to be nicer to each other.
What the hell we gonna do with Thanksgiving?
I don't even know.
Okay. Yes.
I just think to wrap it up, because I just realized the time.
Yes.
We really just be nice to each other, respect everyone's relationship.
Please.
Just like love each other. I mean, I feel like we can talk about a relationship like that all day long. Because like I have people who even went up to my best friend Danielle and was like, said to Danielle, they're like, isn't it funny Corin's dating a black guy?
Yeah.
And we know who you are. Who said that, by the way?
Yeah.
Just to throw that out there. We know who you are.
We just lost the follow.
I don't care. We know who you are. I'm not saying
Might
names.
have lost a potential follow.
We know who you are. The person who did that, we know who you. What's so funny about it? I would like to know. But anyway.
Me too. I would love to know what's funny about it.
You know, we gotta. I'm not saying anyone.
What's the irony?
What's the funniness of it?
Yeah, tell me. I like to laugh. I love jokes. I'm a jokester. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and even if you're like, well, it was just a joke. Well, this is what we're talking about. What is funny about someone loving someone?
Right.
There's nothing funny about it. It's someone loving someone.
Right. Again, it's ignorance, man.
Because I won't say that about your relationship.
It's ignorance and a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And I feel the only way to build knowledge is to gain is through experience, and the only way to gain experience is to actually put yourself out there. So if you never attempted to put yourself out there to try to understand, why she is dating somebody.
It has nothing to do with his
color
skin
or whatever, because it has nothing to do with my skin color. But if you're that curious to know,
ask
the source.
Just ask the source. Here it is in a podcast.
Yes. So now
here
you
it
have
is.
all the
Episode
answers.
6, unnamed. Oh, that would be the title. It's all answered.
That's a working title, huh?
Oh, okay.
We'll see. I don't think I like it that much. We'll see.
But
it's not a no. It's definitely not a yes.
If you want to know what's funny about it, or if you want to know anything about our relationship, we have episode 1. We have there's another episode, and now there's this episode talking about why we're in love with each other. So take that.
Right.
Take that.
Right. Hint. Romantic roommates.
Yeah, and you can even look up a picture of us on romantic_roommates.
Yes. Damn, how I keep fucking it up every week?
I don't know.
People gonna think that's like my shtick. I do it on purposely. I don't.
You do it on purposely?
Oh, I mean purposely.
I do it on purpose.
See? Damn it, Corin!
I need to go to bed.
You need to go to bed? I've been up for 24 hours.
All right, everyone. Well, just be kind to each other. Respect other people's relationships. Watch the words that come out of your mouth. We are not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. We might have said some things that maybe made people upset now.
Yeah, but look, nobody is saying what we're saying is what should be a fact or what should be law or what you should do. We're just giving our opinion off of our experience, which give us our wisdom for ourselves of what we know. It don't mean that it's right. It's just our experience, okay? All I'm saying is, if
don't
you
go
wanna,
people calling out my mama and telling on me because there's nothing
cares?
to tell.
Who cares? At the end of the day, all I'm saying is don't stop your true happiness because of what other people might feel or think, because of their judgment. Don't stop your true happiness because the person that you might be with might treat you like the best person in the world. Okay?
You do.
Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whomever might treat you like the best person in the world, but your fear of how people's gonna digest it's gonna ruin everything.
And it has nothing to do with it. Could be with any person, not skin color. You could be the same skin color,
men, female, same sex, anything.
We support you. Just go live your life.
Don't be afraid to live in your truth. Don't be afraid to live for you.
You always have an apartment to crash
at. Don't be
at.
afraid to be happy, okay?
You have 2 roommates that love you.
Yes, join us. We have a shit ton of room, not even plenty room, a shit ton of room, okay? Yeah. We're inviting people to be roommates. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
We're here for you.
We're here. You need somebody to talk to or someone to uplift your spirits. We're the people for you, okay? We're just gonna keep it real with how we feel and what you call it, Yeah.
Yeah, on that note, I think there's been a lot of...
You knew where I was trying to go. You knew where I was trying to go with it.
There's a lot of... We're tired. It's a lot of blank time. Maybe we can edit those blank times out later. But on that note, everyone...
We don't edit nothing. We keep it real.
I know.
Okay, but... Yes.
Good night, everyone.
Yes, wait. Before good night, we got to recap, okay?
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. You're like an old woman.
You're talking so much,
You're only 27. Man. I'm talking so much? Wow. It's getting nasty. Remember episode 3, Corin Speaks? Yeah. Now it's coming to me. All right. Well, all I'm trying to say to wrap up is... Let's keep accountability, all right? We need the media to report on everyone. Not have it look and feel one-sided, especially the time that we're in. Everyone should count because it looking one-sided is looking like you're picking and choosing. And I would hate to believe that. Okay?
Yes.
2.
Concur.
Yes. 2, if you're in an interrelationship or any interracial relationship. I had the thought, man. If you're in an interracial relationship or whatever relationship you're
out
in,
of the norm.
Yes, a little out of the norm. Whatever.
I'm doing quotation marks around out of the norm.
Yes, whatever kind of relationship that you're in, live in your truth. Don't let no one take your happiness from you.
Yes.
And
laugh
what
at
you
the
call
people who
stay
make
strong.
stupid comments. Like, it's funny.
I love it. I'm an asshole. I like to feed into that shit.
How dark are we working with? How black are we working with? Like, that's ridiculous.
How black are we working with? You should have said purple. You should have said purple. That black.
No, laugh at it. Everyone, you gotta laugh at it. Because, it's funny. It's all funny at the end of the day.
Yes, it is. It is. So, thank you for joining us. We appreciate everybody listening and your listenership. The followers, it's taking a little time, but it's all right because we want organic following. We want people who really listen or into us or into it. Like, we appreciate
and
every
follow
week.
us on romantic_roommates on Instagram.
Yes, on Instagram. Romantic_roommates on Instagram. I got it this time though.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay. We're gonna come with we're probably gonna make other social handles, probably gonna make a Twitter or something sometime. Huh?
Did you just hit my headphones?
You probably bumped into my shoulder or something.
Okay. Sorry, that was freaky. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, next episode we're probably gonna talk about the ghost in our apartment.
I'm not effing kidding you, Tramaine.
I know you're not.
I feel spirits like that. I just heard something upstairs and something just hit my headphone. I shit you not.
We're in an apartment and it was upstairs.
No, something just hit my headphone.
Practice yourself.
No, what? Oh my God.
On that note,
We gotta
we're
go do a
out of here.
seance. Good
Yes,
night,
we probably
everyone.
do. Night, everybody. See y'all next
I
week.
love you, baby.
I love you more. Yeah.